Hello everyone. We're going back to the Clash of Wills and we're going to see if I get a new high score. Been messing around a little bit and we changed up the team a bit. So we're going to try floor 82. We have 12 slots. So our bonuses, the 4 bottoms, and then the health gives us a 230 total. Our team, we have Ling. Passive draw attacks, full evade in both forms. Also has Dragon Brush and Call the Wild in both forms. So base is limit, fill, and resists. So we got a decent amount of resists for everything. And she's got 700% rate boost, max crystals per turn. Shift, not as much resist because we went for more damage. But still draw attacks and evade. And she's got 300 human and 75 fairy killer. Roy, base form, pretty much just resists. And shift, we got them set up for chain damage. So some magic and some killers and extra chain mod to cap them out. So we got 200 human, 125 fairy for him. And not as much on the resist, so when he's shifted, he'll take a bit more damage. Louise, base form, some resists, a little bit of auto buffing. And shift, not as much resist because we went for damage. So 300 human, 300 fairy there. Terra, base form, again, resist. She has Calamity Border as well. And shift, limit focus. 220 Esper, 300 Evo, 300 limit. Shadow Lord, base form, just resist. Gave him a bit of spirit because we also gave him Hustle Dance, so that does a little bit of healing. And then his shift form is just focused on chain damage, dual wielding swords. So we got 300 human and fairy killer for him. And then Elena, base form, just a tiny amount of resist, focused mainly on damage, did give her chain mod. So we got 200 human, 200 fairy. And then her shift form, we gave her the helm for the free morale and bunch of resist. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, Elena, unlock triple and refrag. Shadow Lord's just going to Hustle Dance. Terra is going to Calamity Border. Louise, we're going to Cure the Breaks. Fire and Peril and Double Blaster. And Roy is just going to cast a bunch of buffs. Alright, Ling, we're going to do Morale Fill. We're going to do some Magic Mitigation. And Rejuve Dance. Alright, Roy is just going to transmute, get his mana back. Terra does Calamity Border. Shadow Lord Hustle Dance. Elena, We're going to Azure Protection, last chance to cast that, and double morale. Ling. So we're going to Enthrall, boost morale, and then Rally Dance. And Louise. Just 4 times on the blaster. Alright, Roy does base Magnus. Terra, Calamity Border, Shadow Lord, Hustle Dance. Elena, we're going to do the Good Killer. And double morale. Ling goes to base. So we're going to Purify Dance. We're going to Disarm and base Magnus. And Louise is going to do all 4 buffs. Alright, so now we get into our dangerous turn. Alright, Shift Roy, do all 3 cooldowns. Terra gets set up for a limit. So Trance, Release, and Barrier. Shadow Lord will shift. So I'll have him do Smash, Wall, and his Kneel before me. Elena can go to base form. And we're going to Magnus for Sword and Peril. And then do Aurora and Blossom for buffs. Ling can go to Shift. So we're going to Enthrall for Dagger and Peril. I'm going to Fire buff. And Magnus. And Louise, we're going to Fire Starter, do her self-fire buff, do the stat buffs, and then the debuff Magnus. Alright, so we'll put the barrier up. We'll get our defense and spirit up, just in case. So Terra's going to limit. Triple bite for Ling. Roy's going to chain. Louise is going to shift. And we're just going to quad on the disarming. Shadow Lord is True Cross. And Elena is Blade of Salvation. Alright, that should be our damage cap. Alright, so that should be our new high score. So there we go. Current high score. Depending on variance, I might be able to go a slightly higher floor. I'm still stuck on how many EX levels I have on units. So this might be the best that I can do. We'll see. But we're going to end the video there. Hope everybody enjoyed.